Peter Edgeworth, Viscount Whitleaf, frowned at the letter he had been reading as he folded it and set it down beside his breakfast plate. John Raycroft, seated at the opposite end of the table, lowered the morning paper from in front of his face and raised his eyebrows. "Bad news?" Peter sighed audibly. "I have been really looking forward to going home," he said, "despite the fact that I have enjoyed the last couple of weeks here with you and your family, and hate to drag myself away when the whole neighbourhood has been so hospitable. I have been actually eager to go at last, dash it all, but I made the mistake of letting my mother know my intention, and she has planned a grand welcome home. She has invited a house full of guests to stay for a few weeks, including a Miss Rose Larchwell, whoever the devil she may be. I've never heard of her, have you? I tell you, Raycroft, this is no laughing matter." But his protest came too late. John Raycroft was already chuckling as he set down the paper and gave his full attention to his friend. They had the room to themselves, the rest of the family having breakfasted earlier while the two of them were still out riding. "Clearly your mother is eager to marry you off," John said. "It is hardly surprising, Whitleaf, when you are her only son, and in the wrong half of your 20s. "I am only 26, Peter protested, frowning again. "And 5 years older than you were the last time your mother tried something similar and failed," Raycroft reminded him, still grinning. "Doubtless she thinks it is high time she tried again, but you can always say no, as you did last time." Peter said again, not sharing his friend's amusement. That was an episode in his life that had been far from funny. He had outraged the ton, which collectively believed that he had come far too close to betrothing himself to Bertha Grantham to withdraw honourably, even though no formal announcement had yet been made. And he had delighted the younger male members of the beau monde, who had thought him one devil of a fine fellow for thumbing his nose at the polite world by crying off from a leg shackle at the last possible moment. Dash it, it had not been funny at all. He had been at the tender age of 21, innocent as a babe in arms, and cheerfully proceeding along the path through life his family and guardians had mapped out for him. Good God! He had even fallen dutifully in love with Bertha because it was expected of him. He had not even realized he possessed such a thing as a backbone until shock had caused him to flex it and put an end to that almost engagement in a damnably gauche and public manner. It had been a very raw and painful backbone for a long time after that, though he had flexed it again only an hour or so later by sending his uncles, and former guardians, packing, with the declaration that since he had reached his majority, he did not need them any longer, thank you very much, though he was not at all sure he had thanked them.